I'm going to make a quick video on some of the questions from U5 if you are working on it and struggling, because I've had some other students say that this was difficult. So when we're trying to write an equation in standard form, remember our object is to put it in this form: x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals to r squared. Okay. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to look at our equation, and we need to make sure that the terms with the variables are on one side and the coefficients are on the other side. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to move this positive 27 to the other side of my equation. So when I do that, I'm going to have x squared plus y squared minus 12y is equal to negative 27. Okay? And so now I'm going to notice that I only have one term with x squared in it, so I'm good. I don't need to complete the square for that, so I'm just going to put x squared right there. And then if I look at the second term and the third term, I have y squared minus 12y. Since I had two different terms with y in it, that means I need to complete the square. So in order to complete the square, I am going to take half of negative 12, which is negative 6, and then I'm going to do negative 6 squared, so negative 6 times negative 6, so that's a positive 36. So if I add 36 to the left side, what do I have to do to the right side? Absolutely, add 36 also. So then when I factor y squared minus 12y plus 36, that's going to be y minus 6 squared equals negative 27 plus 36 should be 9. And if it's not, then I need to retire. So now I'm going to type that in. Hopefully it works, because if not, that's superbly embarrassing. Excellent. And so now it moves me to the next question. So x squared plus y squared minus 14x equals 0. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Okay, so I still have to get it in the same form, which is standard form. So if I look here, I have x squared plus y squared minus 14x. I'm going to put all the terms with the x together. So that's x squared minus 14x. And I'm just going to leave y squared by itself. And since I have no constant terms, I'm just going to leave it like that, equals 0. Okay, so now I have two terms with x in it. So in order to complete the square, I am going to take negative 14, the coefficient in front of x, and divide it by 2. So that's negative 7. I'm going to do negative 7 squared. So that is positive 49. If I add 49 to the left side, I also have to do that to the right side too. So when I factor x squared minus 14x plus 49, that's going to be x minus 7 squared. And then I didn't do anything to the y squared, so that's just plus y squared. And then I have 0 plus 49, which is 49. Okay. And now I'm just going to go back and submit my answer. Hopefully I get it right, because if not, that's super embarrassing. Okay. So same thing for this one as we did for the first example that I did. So if you have any more questions, let me know. Thanks. I'm back again. So I found another question that could cause you some issues. I'm not sure if you would see it or not, but I'm gonna make a video over it regardless. So the first thing when I look at this, I have x squared minus 10y plus 9 equals negative y squared. So remember, the first thing that I need to do is I need to get all of my terms with the variables on one side. So I need to move this negative y squared to the other side. So when I do that, I'm going to have x squared minus y, oops, let's redo that again. So I'm going to have x squared plus y squared minus 10y. And I'm going to go ahead and move the positive 9 to the other side so I can get all of the terms with just a number on the right side and everything else on the left side. So I also decided to write it in terms of exponents from greatest to least. So now when I look at this, this is the only term with x squared, so I don't need to do anything with that, such as complete the square. So I'm just going to write it as x squared. So now when I look at this next term, I have two terms with y. So that means I need to complete the square. So in order to complete the square, I'm going to take the coefficient in front of y, which is negative 10. I am going to divide it in half, so that's negative 5. And then I'm going to do negative 5 squared, so that is positive 25 on the left. So remember, if I add 25 on the left, that means I need to add 25 on the right-hand side also. So now, when I complete the square, I am going to factor, so y minus 5 squared equals negative 9 minus negative 9 plus 25, is positive 16. And I'm going to type that in, so I have x squared plus open parentheses y minus 5 squared equals 16. And there you go. So that should hopefully help you out a little bit. I'm not sure if you would get something like the one on my screen, but if you do, I would probably move all of these terms, all of these variables to the left side and move the number to the right side so that all of these terms would turn positive, so it'll be easier. So if you have any more questions, you can email me, remind me, or I will be on Zoom at 1. Thanks.